It is nearly 6:30 on Thursday the 6th of October. Thank you for joining me again today, and I'm very, very sorry about how late last night's vlog actually uploaded. I started uploading it at, well, before 8 o'clock last night, at 7:30 last night. When I went to bed at 11:30, it was still not fully loaded onto YouTube. And I think it looks like it finally finished loading at about 1 o'clock this morning. I don't know why. As far as I'm aware, there wasn't anything happening in the house that was causing the internet to be slow. I don't know if there's just lots of people doing Vlogtober and there's more people uploading stuff in the evening. I don't know. No idea. So please bear with me on that. I'm doing my best to upload things relatively early evening, but they're just taking so long to upload. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed last night's vlog, if you've had time to watch it yet. So it's Thursday today. Guess what I'm doing today? I'm going to work. I'm just having granola for breakfast this morning, and I have got some pasta cooking on the oven, on the stove as we speak. So I will cool that off, mix that in with some chicken and some mayonnaise, etc., and have a sort of chicken pasta salad for lunch. I was going to say no plans this evening, but I do have a knit group on Zoom this evening. My local knit group. We meet once a month in person, and each Thursday we have a short 45-minute session on Zoom. None of us have got the professional paid-for Zoom, so we just have the free 45 minutes. So that will be this evening. I will probably also wind up Advent yarns. And I'm also going to have a little chat to you about the Stephen West Mystery Knit Along, which I know lots of people will be starting today. So I will be talking about that. And if you are starting that today, good luck. I hope you enjoy it. I hope it starts off well for you. But yes, that's the plan for today. All right, I'll see you later. It is, what is it, Thursday, and it is 6:05. So I have got back from work, but on the way back from work I stopped off at Home Bargains. Partly I needed to buy some wrapping paper and a few bits and pieces, and you'll see the footage of some of the Halloween decorations and things that they've got there. But I also went looking to see if they had any yarn that might be suitable for the little baby Aran cardigan hat set that I'm going to be knitting, and they didn't have anything that I thought was right in there anyway. But yeah, so I did buy a few bits in there, some of which I can't show because they are going to be used for things later in the year. But I did get these, which I thought would be really useful for the stitch markers that I make. So I make stitch markers for the Etsy shop and things. I thought these would be really good for keeping all my little charms and various things in. So I got, it was a pack of 4, was like only about £1.30. So, and obviously each box has got 8 compartments. So I'm going to be able to put loads of my charms in there, which is going to be really useful. So yeah, I bought that. And then when I got home, the last thing that I needed for the Mystery Sock Club has arrived. So one of the things I will be doing either tonight or tomorrow night is packaging all of that up ready to be posted out on Saturday. It'll probably be tomorrow night when I do that, I think. I've got a lot going on. It is 6 minutes past 6 and I have got knit group on Zoom at 6:15. But what I thought I would just quickly talk to you about is the Stephen West Mystery Knit Along. I am well aware that that is starting today because I've got lots of friends who are joining in with that. But I thought I would just explain to you why I'm not doing it and why I have never done a Stephen West Mystery KAL. And in fact, I've never knitted anything by Stephen West. And I ummed and ahed whether to talk about this or not, because I almost felt like saying anything vaguely negative in regards to Stephen West would just be a terrible thing to do somehow. And not that I am going to say anything really negative, but excuse me, but I am going to explain why I'm not doing it. And that is because, generally speaking, I don't really like his designs. There you go, I said it out loud, don't come for me. If I look through Stephen West's back catalogue, there are a couple that I like. But even then, not enough to say I really want to knit that. And there are an awful lot that I don't like, and they're just not me. And I think if you're going to do a mystery knit along, you really need to be confident that it's a designer who designs things you like. So I have done 2 mystery knit alongs, one that I completed, one that I didn't complete. And the mystery knit along for a shawl that I did do was from Helen Stewart, and her stillness shawl, I think it was, would have been about 2020. And I had already knitted a couple of things of hers, and I had been admiring a lot of her patterns for a while. So I was pretty confident that I would like her shawl, and I did. I really enjoyed it. I should have brought it down actually. It's in my cart because I've been wearing it. Because that's the thing, I wear that shawl and I love that shawl and I love the design of it. When I look at Stephen West shawls, in the very, very bright colours that a lot of people tend to do them in, I just know that that is not something I'm going to wear. I know you can do it in muted colours and things, and I have seen some pretty ones or some nice ones in nice colours. But they are so big and there's so much to them and they're so busy that I just don't think it's something I'm going to wear. Now, I'm not saying I wear everything I knit. I don't. Sometimes I finish knitting something and then realise it doesn't fit properly, or I don't like it as much, or it doesn't suit me like I thought it did. But when I started knitting it, I was planning on wearing it. So to me, knitting something where I know there's probably a 90% chance that I'm not going to wear it, personally, I don't see the point of that. Now, I know other people who say, yeah, I have knitted Stephen West and I never wear it, but I'm still going to knit another one because I enjoy the process. Fine, go for it if you enjoy the process. That's another thing, because people say, oh, you learn so much from his shawls. And I'm sure you do. But again, if I want to learn a new technique for something I specifically want to knit, I will learn that technique for the thing I want to knit. I don't want to knit something for the sake of learning a new technique particularly, or learning lots of new techniques that I'm never going to use again. So again, that doesn't motivate me into knitting it. And then I'm also going to be honest and say the cost, because I think some of his knits have been quite good for stash busting. You know, when it's 4 or 5 skeins of different coloured yarn, yeah, most people can probably go to their stash, whether they use fancy expensive yarn or whether they're using basic, more basic cheaper yarn, most people, knitters, prolific knitters, will probably be able to go to their stash and pull some things out and put it together. I do feel this year though, with his, you need 2 skeins or 100 grams of this, no sorry, 200 grams of this colour, 200 grams of another colour, and 100 grams of something else. I think for a lot of people, they wouldn't have had that in their stash. Even if they did have more than one skein in a colour, the chances of them, particularly again, if they're wanting to use, you know, their sort of hand-dyed, more expensive yarns, the chances of them having 2 skeins in one thing, 2 skeins in another, that go together. So I feel again that's a lot of money, potentially 80, 100, 120 pounds on an item that you're not sure you're going to like. So that is why I am not doing it. I do not have any problem. I will enjoy watching other people do them. I will enjoy watching other people talk about them. So I will get my enjoyment of the mystery MKAL through that. But I am not going to invest in something. If, do you know what? If the design turns out to be something I do really, really like, I will say, fair enough, I really like that design, and consider knitting it anyway. The shawl, no, not the shawlography, that was last year. The slip stravaganza, I did quite like that one actually. And so last year I was really tempted because I really had liked the slip stravaganza. So I was very tempted to do the shawlography. But I'm going to be honest, as soon as I saw that first section coming up on people's feeds, the first sort of wedge sections, nah, did not like that. Did not like those wedges. Knew straight away I'd made the right decision not to do it. So yeah, if you are joining in with the Stephen West Mystery MKAL, I really hope you enjoy it. I really hope you get something out of it that you like, and that you will, well, whether you like what you get from it is the process, or what you get at the end, you love the actual shawl itself, that's great. But, you know, I'm going to be honest, I was talking about this with a few different knit groups I'm in, and a couple of people said, oh yeah, I knitted it last year, it's still in the basket needing the weaves ending in, or yeah, I knitted it last year, I've never worn it, it's never come out of the cupboard, or never come out of the project bag even. And I think that's a bit of a shame if you've put all that effort and work into something. But equally though, I do know people who've finished them and loved them, and people who wear them, so. But that is why I am not doing the Stephen West Mystery Knit Along. I am going to be doing a knit along that starts next Tuesday, and I will tell you about that in one of the other vlogs, and I will probably go talk about that a lot on the podcast. So I am going to be doing a knit along. It's not a mystery one. I know that I'm going to like the finished product. I know that I'm going to use that finished product. So I will tell you more about the knit along that I am getting involved in. If you haven't, you may have seen anyway, if you follow me on Instagram, I have mentioned it a couple of times on there, so you may see it anyway there. But so those of you who are doing the Stephen West Mystery Knit Along, and if you're a big Stephen West fans, please don't hate me, please don't unsubscribe from me, please forgive me, and if secretly you feel a little bit the same way, then, you know, give me a like. You don't have to confess in public, but just give the video a thumbs up, and I'll know that you're secretly saying that, yeah, perhaps you feel a little bit the same way. And those of us who are not Stephen West knitters or Stephen West fans, then, you know, there's nothing to be ashamed of. Right, okay. I will see you all tomorrow. Thanks everyone. Bye.